Every single automotive manufacturer does not want to sell you an affordable car. They want to sell you the most expensive vehicle they can, obviously, so they can make the most amount of money, but it went out of hand, and you can tell with the truck market because they went, oh, we're going to make all the money in the world. We're done selling single cab long bed trucks. We're going to sell these super expensive trucks with all these features and options that nobody wants, and guess what? Now they're $70, $80, $90, $150,000 for a pickup truck. I'm like, whoa, what is going on? And it's not even just trucks, SUVs, cars, everything. You go to any vehicle, a Toyota Camry was almost 50 grand the other day I saw. So every single model, every single brand, they offer more affordable base models, but the dealership doesn't want to order it. So depending on what brand, they have a different ordering system. The dealership's like, I really want the higher trim levels. The invoice to the MSRP is a farther away spread compared to the lower trim levels. They don't make near as much money selling low trim level vehicles. And just a few years ago, Chevy had the Chevy Spark, but guess what? They stopped selling that because Chevy didn't make anything and the dealership only made a couple $100 selling them. But they were literally a brand new vehicle in the United States for under $15,000. You just can't find that anymore, and you never will again. But it stopped selling because nobody made money in the process, or at least real money, compared to selling these $100,000 pickup trucks in some cases. It's just crazy how these prices have gone crazy. And then also you have to know the higher trim level vehicles always make the dealership a ton more money, and obviously the manufacturer, but especially the dealership. The invoice is what the dealership buys the vehicle, minus holdback. And guess what? Invoice is always spread farther from the MSRP when it's a higher trim level compared to a base model. So the dealership makes more, the manufacturer makes more, and that's part of the problem because dealerships simply do not want to order these base models and because they don't make as much money. So why would they do that? And it depends on the brand based on how their allocation system is, because people would like, let me just order it from the dealership. Well, you can't always do that if they don't have an allocation for a work truck. The manufacturer doesn't want to build that many because they don't make that much from it, and the dealership wants to sell you one of their higher end retail units where they can make a lot more money. So that's why you don't see many work trucks. When I worked at a Chevy dealer, you actually needed to have a fleet code to buy certain vehicles, and it's because Chevy was requiring it. I don't know if they still do, but you literally had to have a fleet code if you wanted to buy some of the super work truck cheap vehicles. So it's like, what? I can't even buy that if I want to? It doesn't even make sense. And it's not like you can buy directly from the manufacturer. You have to go through a dealership and deal with all that and play the whole game. And some dealers are discounting now, but it's still not enough because every manufacturer rose their MSRP to the moon, and a work truck that used to cost 1,500 work trucks, you could get them in honestly the low 30s all day long just a few years ago. Now you're going to be close to 40 grand for the cheapest work truck that you could possibly find, but I've never seen them. Every time I go to a dealership lot, it's always the retail units, and the cheapest F-150 I've really seen is probably $53,000, $51,000. That's a ton of money, guys. I mean, it just doesn't make sense for your average buyer to be getting a fabric seat truck for 50 plus grand, but that's the reality of the situation, and it's covered in plastic all over the place, so who knows how long these things are going to last. People are getting 84-month payments, 84-month payments on these vehicles, and manufacturers offer their own financing, so they're the ones in a lot of cases financing these vehicles, and they definitely have high interest rates, and they really get people upside down bad. And so all these people are buying these super expensive trucks. They're so upside down, even though the manufacturer offers more affordable trucks that people probably want, but they went to the dealer, they didn't have them in stock, they never do, and most people are like, I'll just settle for this, let me sign the paper, and that's the unfortunate part, and it costs everybody a whole lot of money, and I think manufacturers are really hurting themselves because they don't know their true buyers. General Motors, Ford, an $80,000 pickup truck is not the reality of your buyer. It's really not. And I think most of you guys agree. These dealers and manufacturers got extremely greedy over the last few years, and now all you see is short bed, four-door pickups, and super expensive SUVs. Even a Toyota Camry was over 50 grand. I mean, this stuff doesn't even make sense. BMW is like cheaper than your local Dodge dealership. So every domestic manufacturer went crazy and Every manufacturer went crazy, but definitely the domestic ones, because they learned, wow, we can make some real money, but the prices are too dang high. They need to bring more base models to the dealerships and allow people to get those base models that they really want, because a lot of people don't want a super fancy truck. They just want a base model vehicle, base model truck. It's what they want. Let them have what they want. Let me know what you think. Have a great day and stay blessed.